Here's examples of CD lots that I have created by pulling these groups of CDs from the CD shelves in my store. As you've probably seen in the past videos, I have quite a large CD selection in my store. Easily over, I would say, 6,000, maybe even 7,000 CDs. Could even be more, but it's thousands of them. And what ends up happening, even though I have so many racks, I have 12 racks. Each rack for CDs, if it's completely packed, can hold over 850 CDs. Not all the racks are packed, of course. There's still room, but nonetheless, it's 12 racks. I got them on Amazon, if you're wondering. They're around $100 each. They work for the most part. They probably should be up against the wall, but anyway, nonetheless, I don't have the space, but they've worked well. And I pull from them. So some of the categories or niches, musical niches, will get really packed with CDs and they're not selling. And so I go through them and I'll find either the same groups, same artist, or something similar that makes sense to put it into a lot. And what I'll do is I'll pull them and then I'll put them on eBay. So they kind of get stored here. If they don't sell in the store, and I need more space, I can pull those. So that's what I did with those two lots. I pulled them from the compilation, which is way down there, the compilation genre or section. So this first one, they both have 10 CDs, which I'm really happy about that it's a good amount of CDs. The first one are dance CDs. They'll have dance in the title. So it's mostly like pop kind of music, but dance music in general, more current, or at least in the last like 20, 30 years, not, from the 40s or 50s, but mostly from the 90s up until the 2000s kind of a deal. So 10 of those, and then 10 CDs that are all female or women, with female or women in the title. So as in all of the songs are compilations of female artists and singers. So as you can see, we've got Women for Women, we've got A Woman's Voice, classic female recordings, we've got Women and Songs, Ultimate Divas, Ultimate Diva Collection, then Lilith Fair, which of course is a celebration of women in music. I've got 3 of those. And then what do I have here? This is Women of Dance. So these are all different female singers, like got Shaka Khan, Taylor Dane, Pointer Sisters, Paula Abdul. This one is Songs from Women Who Rock. Candies. So anyway, women or female, it's not that many, only 6 on this one, but 10 CDs in all. So I feel pretty good that I can sell these. Now I haven't priced them yet because I need to do a little research on eBay and see what I feel would be the right price for these, based on what some of them have sold individually, but also just dance CD lots on eBay, women vocalist CD lots, or female singers, women singers, women groups, female groups, that kind of thing, compilation CDs. So these are all compilation CDs, but they all have a theme. Considering I have 10 of them for each, my voice is kind of getting bad here, but considering I have 10 for each, I should be able to get a decent amount. I'm thinking over $20. But even if it's sold, if I had it for $21.99, $19.99, I don't mind, because I'm making space on the CD shelves and making a little bit extra money off of these that are not selling. And if there was, I wouldn't want to do it if it was like 3 or 4 or 5, unless it was some sort of series. Like if I had all of the Lilith Fairs, can't find them. I don't know how many there are, but if I had all of the Lilith Fair CDs, if there's, I don't know how many, but if there's a bunch of them, if I had them all, even if there wasn't a bunch, even if there was only like 7 or 6 or 8 or whatever, if I had the complete collection, then it's not necessary that it's a ton, just that I have it complete. Of course, if there's 15 of them, and I have 15 of them, even better. But keep that in mind. It's quantity, but it's also quality in the sense of completing or almost completing a whole set or series of CDs. You can apply this to DVDs. You can apply this to books as well. So, but for CDs, there's always things that come along, or a set, a series, a collection that you might come across. And if you have the complete collection, or the complete set, the complete series, etc., it's going to go for a lot more money. And that'll put you in a good position to sell it for a higher profit on eBay, and probably sell it faster because it's complete. Just the same as if it's new versus used, it's probably going to sell faster and for more money because it's new and sealed versus used. Of course, if all of these CDs were sealed, that's just rare. I come across sealed CDs, but if they were all, but not that many, not consistently anyway. If they're all sealed, of course they'd be worth more money. But regardless, with used, you can do really well. So obviously, if you don't have a store like I do, this is not gonna, you're not gonna have a store to shelves to stock them on, or to store them on. But if you're buying in, excuse me, if you're buying in bulk, whether you're buying in pallets or Gaylords, mixed media CDs, that kind of thing, or you're just going locally through Craigslist, through OfferUp, through through Facebook Marketplace, and you're just finding people that are selling a couple hundred at a time, that's still bulk buying. And you'd be surprised that people will have collections or sets, or even partial sets of a series, or a set, a selection, a collection of CDs, and you can have a decent amount together to sell. And then if you want, you can wait it out to find more. Or even if you're like one or two short, you can go on eBay or Amazon and see if that one is, you can get it for cheap to complete the set. Because if it's, if it's a 10 CD set and you can sell it for $50 and you're missing one, you can buy that CD for, $4 or $5 off Amazon or eBay, free shipping from a mega seller. Is it worth it? Versus, if you only have the 9 out of the 10, you might miss out on the extra money. So think about it. Depends on if it's worth it, but it's something to consider. I'm also going through the rest of the CDs from those 2 boxes from the Gaylord. I'm still working on this Gaylord here, which is I'm slowly working on getting through, of just CDs. And so I've started putting some to the side for my local sale. Like I've got this Elvis one. These are just examples of ones that I keep for a local sale. Elvis, of course, Elvis Presley is a huge seller. Many CDs. I don't believe I've ever come across this one before. It's not worth a ton of money individually, but it's great for me to have it in the store to widen my selection. So if Elvis Presley fan comes along and wants to buy a bunch of them, or even a couple, or one, or whatever, I've got a good selection. And also, of course, when it gets too ridiculously large, which I don't think is possible, but if it gets to the point where I've got, which I have now, quite a lot of Elvis CDs, but I might put them together and have a really compelling lot on eBay. And then also, these are different genres. So as an example, in the same vein of trying to put together lots in the future, but thinking about it now, are kids CDs. So the Wiggles, which I'm sure you're familiar with. If you sell media, you've probably seen the Wiggles a lot. This is Hoop-de-Doo. So it's a Wiggly Party. So this is one group, whether it's DVDs, VHS, or CDs, that if you can get a bunch of them together, it can be worth some money. So I don't know if I have any other Wiggles CDs out in the store, but I might have one or two. I'll have to check. But regardless, if I get a couple together over time, I don't sell a ton of kids CDs in my store, but I do from time to time. If I get enough together, I can make a lot. The same goes for Disney kids. Well, they're mostly kids. Disney CDs. You can have a nice CD lot of Disney CDs as well. This one, I've never seen her before. Joni Bartles, Family and Friends. This is one of those unique ones, though, that there's another woman, which I'm blanking right now. It's more religious toned, but kids stuff as well that I've come across a lot of. This is another one that if I come across another one of hers, or even just put together a large amount of kids CDs, music CDs, that I can probably get a decent amount of money for those. I'm also putting CDs to the side that made no sense. Either the CDs are too damaged, or what do you call it? Or the genre didn't make sense. There's a lot of reasons, but I'm probably at the point now where I can do a loose CD lot. I've got quite a lot here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks. So that's more than 400, probably 450-ish. I try to get between 400 and 500, and then I will auction them off on eBay. The other thing is, I came across this CD, which ends up being fairly valuable. It sells in the last 90 days, 3 months, it's sold for anywhere between $20 to $30. And this is 5 Seconds of Summer, but it's a Target Deluxe, special type of deal or offering. So there weren't that many. And these, I've sold Target special CDs before. I've sold Taylor Swift, which will sell almost instantly when you put it up there. And this is another one that does pretty well. I haven't come across these before, but it's got a nice little, but it does well in terms of looking on eBay and seeing what it's selling for. There's different colors though. This is the blue one. There was like a green one. There may have been a yellow or red one, but the blue one's a little more rare. There's only a couple available. However, always check your discs, because here's the disc. So just in case you come across it, you know what it looks like. But when you look up here, when you look at the CD, you see that it's cracked. So that was a big downer. But that happens anyway. It's part of buying CDs in bulk, especially in pallets or Gaylords, because often, well, not often, but it happens. Things get smashed, and it may have already been broken when it was donated. So that was too bad. But I'll keep on looking through it. Just it blows my mind how much good stuff is in here that was not, that was gone through, but it wasn't considered good enough to sell or to keep because they were only selling on Amazon. But that's fine. Everyone has a different way of doing their business, and I am able to benefit from it. So finding some good stuff. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.